got that nerd rage. Nerd rage. I got that nerd rage. Nerd rage.
Hello, Nerd Herders! We are back. Episode 96. We're approaching that 100.
We are.
As always, I am Damien Dragon.
And I am Foxy. What up?
And of course, we're joined by
Chris Nightwing.
This week he's Nightwing.
Whatever comes to mind.
Whatever comes to mind. Alright, you have to pardon the lack of energy. It's been a week. It's been an evening. We're beat, but we're here. So
to say the least. We were more beat last week. We do apologize for the last minute cancellation of our episode last week. Last week was the very first full-fledged week of school for both of our kids. You know, the middle one is in 2nd grade and the big one's in junior high. You know, homework started, and then we still have to keep routine with, you know, his outside of school classes with jiu-jitsu and boxing. So last Friday, no, in all honesty, we did not have it in us to be entertaining. We were just that dead where this would have been boring.
It's just so funny that you mentioned like last, it was the first full week, and thus far it's 3 weeks of school, and it's their only full week because they're already off yesterday and today.
I know.
For a 4-day weekend. Go figure. Mm-hmm. All right, well, tonight's episode, as promised, we are going to go into the last quarter of video games coming out and everything like that. I'll go into more details about that when the second hour approaches and everything like that.
Yep.
That being said, we got some new people. Clifton Gentry. Hey, Clifton, what's up, man? That being said, we got some nerd news. Spike's got a little bit of a tidbit tonight and everything like that. So, yeah. Let's get right to it. We're going to jump into the nerd news starting from Saturday of last week. Alright, for you Xbox One owners, games may soon not have to require a full download to play, saving on your hard drive space. Now, the way this is going to work, or they're working it out as follows, is we know if you're an Xbox owner, you wind up kind of filling up your Xbox hard drive relatively freaking quick.
Shit.
I think it was after 5 games we had to buy an external hard drive.
Yeah.
It was like literally after 5 games, and I wound up buying like a terabyte hard drive and everything like that.
Pardon the noise. Sorry.
Yeah. So basically, hey, there's the first cat.
Hey, Wicket.
Like they know.
They do.
I know, right? So basically, the details work out like this. The way they're doing it right now is you put your disc in, and it's going to be categories of what you actually want to load onto your hard drive for the game.
Yeah,
so,
put the disc in and get to load what you want.
Oh my god. Anyway, so one of the things, one of the things apparently that takes up a lot of your hard drive space when loading your games is the multiple languages. So you would be able to just put in, hey, just download the English, and you could omit the rest, saving a lot of your hard drive space. There'd be other elements that you can omit to have and everything like that. Of course, it bore the question of, well, what about multi-disc games and everything like that? How is that going to work out and everything like that? They're still working out the details. There's no release date yet on this particular software thing that they're going to be trying out. But their Xbox One does come out in November. So I either expect it sometime, I guess, before the end of the year or early next year. Again, they haven't really announced when it's going to happen, but look forward to finally saving some hard drive space in your Xbox One.
That's fucking time.
Yeah, I know. Seriously.
It only took them how long to do this? After everyone got separate storages and after everyone decided to buy the super terabyte Xbox One.
Exactly. And again, we'll get more into the Xbox One a little bit later on. In a story that nearly broke the internet late Friday and all day Saturday, it was put out via Twitter, via her own Twitter and everything. Jamie Lee Curtis will be reprising her role as Laurie Strode in the upcoming Halloween kind of sort of reboot. It's not really rebooting it or anything like that. Now, there's an interesting detail because everybody was excited. Nobody complained about this at all. And now there was like a little bit of a question, though.
Yeah.
Because basically back in 2002, Halloween Resurrection, she was killed. Basically, a lot of people obviously didn't like Halloween Resurrection, and I guess between the people that are Universal, because this is being done by Universal, they're not considering Halloween Resurrection as part of canon either. So they're just pretty much gonna negate that ever happened. Didn't happen. Didn't happen at all. So Halloween Resurrection never happened. So yeah. Jamie Lee Curtis is back. That's all that matters.
That's cool and all, but it's like, how can you just ignore a film like it never happened?
DC does it all the time.
It's not part of canon. It's kind of like, it's almost like, fan films are never part of canon or something like that. There are, Star Wars is the biggest thing when it comes to canon stuff, and they always say, this is canon, this is not, and everything like that. So pretty much that's all it is. It's a Halloween Resurrection is going to have nothing to do with whatever it is they're doing.
Which, seriously, brings up the question. I'm going to pose this to everybody listening right now. Who in the hell decides what is and what isn't canon? Who is the almighty God that goes, you know what, this is what you follow, and this is what it is, and anything else is non-canon? Like, who does that? Like, obviously Stan Lee probably does it everywhere else, but who the fuck does that?
I guess it pretty much comes down to who owns the rights, and at the end of the day, who owns the absolute rights at that current moment. And they could say, well, this is in, this is not in, this is out, this is our property, we can do what we want.
It is like the most mind-boggling thing. That being the case, DC needs a canon.
Yeah, seriously.
Like, shot at them.
But I just want to point something out with the Halloween thing. I mean, you can't just, ignore a film that happened. You could make something up, yeah, she did die and everything, but how do you know she really died? She just got stabbed and fell. She could be indestructible like her brother. Hello?
Who knows?
Or maybe she just went into critical condition.
Yeah.
Or, if you didn't actually physically see this woman die, then who's to say?
Yeah.
That is a good point, though.
I don't know. I guess we're going to have to just wait and see when the movie finally comes around.
But who is this Cannon? Is it Nick Cannon?
Just stop it. Stop.
Preacher John Cannon?
Wow, we went way back there. Anyway, moving forward to Sunday news, and a bit of news that's probably going to piss Miss Foxy off a little bit.
Woohoo! Yay! I love
BioWare has put an end to the rumors of the new game, new Dragon Age game being Dragon Age 4. Now, they went on to say, this is from BioWare head Mike Landon. He took to Twitter stating that while these are... I can't even read my own writing. Basically, the bottom line is while there is a Dragon Age 4 to be worked on, the game that they are working on is not Dragon Age 4. It is a Dragon Age game, but it is not Dragon Age 4.
I'm okay with that.
And he put that to rest.
I'm okay with that.
So, we don't know, hopefully by E3 or in the next couple of years, as they put it in this article, they'll have some news on Dragon Age 4. But all he did confirm it is a Dragon Age game, so at least it'll encompass within the lore.
I'm okay with that. I'm absolutely okay with that. What would be fantastic is if they actually did a solo game based on some of the instrumental characters of the series, like Morrigan. I would love to see an entire game based on Morrigan or even Fenris, characters that left you with questions.
Yeah, exactly.
So I'm totally cool with that.
Also in Sunday news, Spike's gonna love this one. We got some further details on the Nightwing movie, and it's got me actually really, really excited. Let me just pull up my notes here really quick so that way I can quote them. Nightwing director is promising a quote badass action movie. He goes on to say this about the upcoming Nightwing movie. It's going to be a fucking badass action movie with a lot of heart and emotion. It's going to be crazy, fun ride, McKay tells Collider. Whoever gets cast as Nightwing and any other actors around are going through a fucking boot camp experience because it's going to be a lot. It's not going to be like a lot of these movies where there's a lot of CG and flying and things like that. Everything he does is going to have to be real, says the Helmer. His superpowers being really fucking good as a human being at fighting and in gymnastics and shit like that. Yeah. This is all quoting. So you're going to see that on screen. It's going to be fun. And you know what? I'm really excited about that because, yes, we love Iron Man. We love all the lores and everything like that. But it's I remember the older comic book, movies or whatever like that. They were gritty. They were badass. It was less reliant on CG. It was more action-packed and, rock 'em, sock 'em, knock 'em through pane glass windows and stunts and everything like that. And it looked badass.
Yeah.
It looked gritty. So, I'm really excited for Nightwing. And you know what? I'm really glad that they're going this approach with it because Nightwing has been waited for, other than you, obviously.
Yeah,
Nightwing's been a character that's been waited for so long. Anytime a DC fighting game rolls around or a DC game rolls around, a Batman game rolls around, the one of the two main names that comes out of everybody's mouth is Nightwing, and of course, Red Hood. Those are the two characters everybody talks about, and obviously they're both very similar in retrospects. Red Hood's a little more violent, but Nightwing's still equally as badass in his own way.
Damn right,
So,
yeah.
it really doesn't need all that CG and everything like that. It just needs to be gritty. And I think we're going to get that, which I'm really excited to see. Also in Sunday news, unfortunately, sad news, WWE, WWF Hall of Famer, legend, icon, Bobby the Brain Heenan did pass away. On a side note, not knocking at anybody that was saying, oh, what a surprise or anything like that. I commend the Spotlight for the way they actually posted the article about it. They did a completely different approach. They says, look, it is saddening he's gone, but there's two lights. Look at one, at least, he's at peace now.
Yes.
But two, the way they quoted, they said, he kicked cancer's ass.
Oh, yeah.
He survived 12 to 15 years after being diagnosed with cancer, which is still amazing.
Yeah.
And I mean, granted, yes, you see the pictures of him where he's not really recognizable anymore from anybody, but you know what? You can see he was still happy and overjoyed to meet wrestlers, personalities, and fans. He still had a love for those people regardless of how he looked and what he was going through. So, rest in peace and thank you so much for the childhood memories and inspiration to managers and everything like that. Like Miss Foxy and many other
Harlow.
people. I mean, he will. He will. I mean, in an industry right now where it's a sad loss thing in terms of managers, even if it was around completely now as it should be, I feel he will go down as arguably the greatest manager of all time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Absolutely.
The saddest picture that I saw put up, which was bittersweet, was it was actually the commentary team. It was him,
Yeah.
Gorilla Monsoon, and Rowdy Roddy Piper, and they were like reunited, and it is bittersweet.
And it was the hot Roddy Piper, too.
Oh God, the one that just right after they lived. For you, I know. That being said, though, tonight, after we're done with the show, if you have the WWE Network, they just put this out a little while before we went on the air. They're actually doing on the WWE Network right now the Bobby Heenan collection. They actually did put together a whole thing, a collective thing for Bobby Heenan on the WWE Network that they started airing this evening. So definitely check that out when you have some time. All right, jumping forward to Monday news. I got some more details on it because I know you and I spoke about this just the other day, and you had your views, but I got more details on it. Toys R Us will be filing for bankruptcy within the next couple of weeks, and I know you had mentioned your comments about it, but actually, this could mark the end of our childhood franchise before the holidays. I read the details on it because I know you were thinking a lot of companies do things like this to, let's go shop, and it saves them. Apparently, they are over $1 billion in debt and everything like that. They're having problems keeping up. Toys R Us used to be the it place to go to for toys. Yeah. It's not one of the things that's hurting them now is a lot of the toys that they get are actually being held by Walmart and things like that, and you can go to Walgreens. So the exclusivity of the exclusiveness of the things that they get or the special things that they get is not there anymore.
Yeah.
So that's one thing that's hurting them, and because of that, a lot of retailers had put in place over the last year or so a lot of very strict law, payment guidelines with them, which they've been unable to keep and everything like that. So that's been very difficult for them to get that type of merchandise to be exclusive. The other thing that has obviously tremendously hurt them and is hurting stores in general is Amazon and online shopping.